Welcome back. Today, I decided we are going to work on a Charli XCX type song because why not? And the Barbie movie's sick. So the song I'm referencing is Speed Drive. I don't want to copy the song completely, but there's a couple cool things about it that I find really interesting. So a lot of Charlie's music revolves around like a single chord being arpeggiated. And then that's kind of the base of the song. From there, the 808 or bass will kind of do its own thing, carry the beat. And it's the same thing for Speed Drive. So I have a little pluck pattern programmed in here, but I just made one on my little micro freak. And so I think we're going to use that instead. So I'm going to mute this. I'm going to print this in. And we're going to run with it. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pitch it up and see how that sounds. So we're going to run with that, load up like the Serum Effects plugin, and I'm going to mess around with this. Cool. I already have a bass part programmed. It's very similar to the original, which I kind of feel weird doing, but I don't know. I just wanted to try it out. So here is the bass part. And how I made this is pretty simple. Running like a, what is that? Like kind of like a square wave and basically just a sine wave. And then I have like the pulse modulation on for the second wavetable. That sounds like this. And then the other one sounds like this. A little bit of unison just to kind of make them phase in and out. And then just the Monarch filter. Then the drums in this song were really interesting. A lot of her more hyperpop stuff previously had like these super cool like synthesized drums that were using like granular delays and stuff like that to make them have that super metallic sound. This one is like a little bit more traditional sounding, and I was able to basically recreate the sound using just the DS drum rack in Ableton. So how I'm making this is with the FM. I went ahead and played around with this until it sounds like this. I have the clap on, and then the snare. I don't know why it keeps cutting out some of the layers, but we'll fix that. So yeah, now we basically have the verse. There really isn't a whole lot going on in the song. Once again, thought that was pretty cool. A lot of her productions are pretty complex. So we are going to move on to, there isn't really like a pre-chorus in the song. So we're just gonna make like the chorus part. So the bass definitely gets bigger, and it's the same pattern. It sounds very similar. It's way wider. So we're just going to start there and then kind of build everything from there. It's also very distorted, so I wanted to introduce that early on. Kind of sounds like it's clipped. I actually tried to recreate the bass like exactly, and I was having a hard time with it just because there was so many little nuances in it that I couldn't get it exact. So I'm just gonna go off memory and see how close we can get it. Then I'm gonna clip it. Now I want this to be really big, but I also still want it to hit in the center channel. So I think I'm gonna kind of filter it. And then we're going to duplicate this and then add in like a clean 808. I'm gonna bring the tone now down on Decapitator. The drums for the most part stay the same, at least the kick does. So we're going to add that in. And now the big thing that I heard on this is sidechain compression. So we're gonna add in the kick a second time, but just on the chorus. And I am going to mute it. Label this sidechain. And then we are going to just add like the stock Ableton compressor to it. Then maybe we'll like duplicate this and make the kick a little bit bigger in the chorus. What if I drop the pitch of the kick? Now there's one other layer that happens in the chorus, which is like for the drums, and it's like a pretty metallic, kind of like clangy kind of sound. So we're gonna go ahead and find a sample that sounds like that. Now there is a hi-hat, but it's very, very quiet. It's buried. So we're gonna do the same thing. It's pretty cool. I like whenever people mix things a bit differently. So the hi-hat in this case is purely about adding, you know, a subdivision to make it feel like we're in speed drive without it being you know, super over the top. Gonna put auto pan on it because why not? Now the chorus repeats, and then there's like a cool like B section to it. So we're gonna repeat it now. And then on this section, it kind of sounds like there's a like an 808 style like crash that's being hit on the eighth note with that hi-hat that I just put in. So we're gonna go ahead and try to make that. So I got the bass more dialed in, and then we're just going to process them together now. The clean 808 mixed with the super distorted 808. To be fair, I wouldn't really call that like clean, but the cleaner of the two. This is sick. So now I'm going to go ahead and put that pluck back in there. So going from the end of the verse into the chorus. So that's pretty close. Of course, we will want to add in some other stuff, but I'm going to save that for the last chorus because that's just how I am. So the next part is going to be very, very similar. Um, but they do a lot of cool like filtering kind of stuff. Now, where it starts to get weird is the bass. The bass is really, really cool. Um, so I think what I'm gonna do, it's like this thinner but like more modulated kind of sound. So I think I'm gonna just try to mess around with massive first and like see what I can do and then go to external effects after that. That's way closer to what I remember hearing. I hate it. This is way closer now. I want to filter this. I think I'm gonna try like a cabinet just to see how that sounds because I rarely do it. I want this to be very, very narrow, because we need a big difference, a big dynamic shift. And so another way that we can achieve that is by basically like affecting space. So we have like the first verse, which kind of feels like this. Then we have the first chorus, which feels like this. Now the second verse is going to feel like this. And then the last chorus is going to feel like this. For the last part of the song, I want to make it a little bit bigger. So this is basically the top line melody from the original, but I thought it would be kind of cool to put it in during the chorus. All right, so I think we're at a pretty good stopping point here. Like I said, the vocal production really carries this song, and that's definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to do a video on this because it kind of shows like just how you don't need to have a ton of sounds, you just need the right sounds, you know? So yeah, this is how to make a track like Charli XCX. Thanks for watching.